In my family, you don't go to the doctor per se. If you're sick, oh well, because medicine is expensive, really expensive. And if there's anything my parents have taught me, that's expiration dates are only a suggestion. So I'm just gonna some things I grabbed from the medicine cabinet. Just gonna read the expiration dates on them for you guys, so you can get a small sample. Because I mean, if you already had something, why would you buy more of it? Doesn't make sense, right? It's not cost effective. So just gonna things I grabbed out of the medicine cabinet randomly. '09. Let's go with expired in '93. '07. It's not too bad. Got another '06. Alright, what else? What other pills can I find? I didn't like go through looking for things. I just grabbed things out of the medicine cabinet. '08. It's not too bad, I suppose. It is only a suggestion after all. 10. Oh wait, what's this? Fix Vapor Rub from 1968! It's not even from this century! We can't buy new Vapor Rub because we have this Vapor Rub from '68? What the... What? Yeah! Expiration dates as a suggestion extends further than medicine. It also extends to food. My mother once served the same bag of chips at my birthday party 3 years running, when it was already stale when I graduated from college. Then she gave it out. She tried to get people to eat it the year after that, and then the year after that. But it's okay, because my sexy roommate... yeah. Thanks, bro. He took one for the team and ate the whole bag. All. Every single chip.
When someone meets my family, they inevitably ask, "How are you, you?" Why is that, you ask? Have I got a story for you?
Now, the story I was alluding to last time, about the end of college for me and how not fun it was, well, you see, at the very end of college, I was getting ready to go, well, I was applying to the JET program to teach English in Japan, and I was all excited. And that's about the time the tsunami hit and whatever, and I got really sick. I'm talking, like, deathly ill, like I shouldn't have been moving. I couldn't eat for weeks, and if I did eat, I just puked it up immediately. I had this terrible fever. I had night sweats. Like, my eyes were burning all the time. I was coughing up blood. Yeah, I'm sure most of you are like, "Oh no, why didn't someone take you to the hospital?" Well, people offered, and I figured I was going to be home for break for part of that sickness. And I was like, "Oh, my family will take me to the hospital." No, they won't. Why would I ever think that? Freaking Vapor Rub from '68? Not taking me to the hospital. They asked me one time if I wanted to go to the hospital, and I was like, "No, I'm fine now. I haven't puked up blood in one whole day! Yeah!" And they were like, "Oh, okay, you're good. We're not going." And I was like, so I was really, really sick. And I learned a couple things during that sickness, actually. One of them being that, alright, so I had this stupid idea when I couldn't stomach food for a while. I was like, man, I can't eat food because I keep puking it up. What can everything on this planet eat without puking it up? And I was like, veggies. Yeah, I should eat a salad. That was the worst mistake I have ever made. Thinking, animals eat salad, I can do it too! Yeah, no, don't eat salad when you're, in the midst of dying. Don't do that, no. It was immediate, like, I put like a single scrap of lettuce in my mouth, chewed, and I was already like, nope, I ran out of the fucking dining hall. I was gone. Ran straight to the bathroom. Blah! Done. Don't eat salad when you're dying. That's a stupid thing to think. Don't think that. No. Around the time is when the tsunami hit, and I was supposed to teach English in Japan, and like I was already sick. I was down in the dumps. And people in my family that I've never met before, or haven't spoken to in like 10 years, started calling the house day after day, day after day. Every day, like 2-3 times. And they all just left messages that were like, your son is so stupid for thinking he can go over there. He's gonna be irradiated and what have you. And like, I'm already dying. Like, I don't need that kind of negativity. And I wasn't going, it wasn't like I was going straight to the reactor. Like, that's not where, no, that's not where my placement was going to be anyway. I will say one thing. Digimon World Dusk, when you're depressed, them Digimon, they say such nice things about you. That game helped me through so much. Those Digimon, they just sit in your farm on the top and they say nice things about you because they can actually talk, unlike Pokemon. Good times. One of the things that happened was when I was really sick, my friend's mom, really good friend of mine, her mom works in a hospital. And her mom got an email that said that, there's been an outbreak of tuberculosis in our area. So if you know anyone with symptoms, please send them to the hospital. They need to get checked out. And so she goes to work the next day and she's like, hey, doc, what happens if I know someone with all the symptoms? And he was like, well, they should definitely get checked out. I was still home and I was like, Ma, I need this check. And she was like, when you go back to school, you can go to the health center because it's free. Like, it was so bad. I don't know if any of you have ever been in the situation where you're so sick and you're feeling so terrible. Like, I had lost a lot of weight and you go to sleep thinking, hey, I'm not going to wake up in the morning. I honestly hope none of you are ever in that situation where you go to sleep thinking, I'm not waking up in the morning. I'm probably going to die in my sleep. And I did okay in life. I literally went to sleep one night thinking that. And when I woke up, it was like, oh, yay, I'm alive. Let me go cough some more blood into the sink. Like, it was awful. So I go to the health center, and the health center in my school, especially retarded. But I'm pretty sure most college campus health centers are awful. So I go in there, and I go to talk to the nurse that I'm getting a TB test. And apparently lots of people go in for TB tests for no reason from the way she was acting, which I don't really see happening. But anyway, I go in there, and we sit down, and she's like quizzing me about what's wrong, trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And one of the questions she asked me, literally, so I'm sitting there in the chair, and the conversation starts. This sounds like mono. Have you been kissing anyone lately? And me, I'm over here like, what? And I just start laughing at the idea of me making out with someone. Well, okay, my eyeballs are blood red, completely red. There's no more white left. They're constantly tearing and they burn so much. When I open my mouth, hot breath comes out. Like, you can feel it in the air, and it smells. And because I've been coughing up blood for so long, it smells. I haven't eaten, I'm all sickly looking. I just started laughing, and she was having none of that shit. She was not a happy camper. So, night sweats. Do you have them? Yeah, I have them. No, I'm talking about how, like, when you have a night sweat, you're soaked. And you gotta get up and change your clothes, because they're so wet. Why would I change my clothes? They're soaked. Why? I just lay there. I'm not gonna get up and dirty another pair of clothes. That doesn't make any sense. Stone-faced. She was not having any of that. So anyway, I get the check. Don't have tuberculosis, which is great. They have no idea what I have. They hand me a printout about stomach viruses. Because it's normal to have a stomach virus for a whole month where you cough up blood. And it's not even like a major medical procedure that freaks my parents out. Like, I went over to Liz's house a couple months ago, and I don't know, something happened to my eye, but it started to swell. And it was weird. Like, I couldn't see out of one eye, I had to keep it closed. And she had given me a leave while I was there to make the swelling go down. And when I came home, she was like, take some Aleve, you'll be fine, it'll be okay. Just take some Aleve, the swelling will go down, it won't hurt as bad. And like my eye was huge. And when I got home, my mom was like, "We don't have Aleve. Aleve is expensive." And I was like, "Can you go get some Aleve? Because I really don't want to drive." I was like, "Can you just get some Aleve when you go to the store next, please?" And my mom was like, grumble. And she came back, and she was like, "Do you know how much Aleve costs?" And I was like, less than $10. And she told me like the exact amount Aleve cost, and she was pissed. But it's probably the only thing in the medicine cabinet right now that's not expired. Now, the medicine thing, it extends further than my mother. My father also did this. So this one time, my dad decided he was going to take us. It was actually my early graduation present, I suppose. It was supposed to be a family reunion, but like everyone in our family dropped out. We went on a cruise ship. It was just me, my dad, one sister came, and my uncle and his kids and his wife, and that was pretty much it. That was everybody who came on the cruise. And before the cruise started, I was hanging out with my dad in Florida, because he lives down in Florida. And I got this weird little infection on my leg. I actually have pictures of it. It was pretty gross. Like it got really bad to the point that I couldn't walk anymore. And because my family's like, "No, we don't need to waste money on medicine," we didn't go see anyone for it. It got so bad to the point that I couldn't walk anymore. My dad walks everywhere. And like my dad was walking everywhere, and he walks fast. He is like the Flash as a geriatric speed walker. Him and my sister were walking around, and I was like, "Guys, I can't. My leg is on fire. I just can't." And I like stopped to take a picture, and it was like all black and nasty on my leg, and I was like, "Ugh, that's gross." So we go to the health center on the boat, and the lady sees my leg, the nurse lady. She looks at it, and she immediately goes, "Jellyfish." And we're like, "A what?" She's like, "A jellyfish." And we're like, "A what?" "A jellyfish. It stung you." And me and my sister are like, "Oh, a jellyfish." And she's like, "Yes." And we're like, "No." "Yes." "No." "Yes." "No. I haven't been in the water. Unless they can fly. Are there flying jellyfish?" And she's still trying to tell us it's a jellyfish thing. And then the doctor finally comes in after 20 minutes of arguing with this nurse about how I've been stung by a jellyfish, but I haven't actually been in the water. Yeah. The doctor comes in and he's like, "No, you got an infection from a mosquito bite." And I'm like, "What? I didn't. What? Why is. What? What are the odds? What?" And I end up sitting in the sick bay for a while on a little bit of drugs. I'm going to show you a picture. Then my dad realizes that he's got to pay the medical bill for me getting antibiotics on the boat. And that does not make him a happy camper, because one thing my parents share, one of my sweet mates asked me the other day, he was like, "How did you and your mom and your dad get together?" Because, no. One trait that they definitely share is that they're frugal as fuck. And they will do anything to save a penny. And so when someone makes them spend money, it makes them very angry. So my dad, being so fucking mad, he's also deaf. Like, pretty much deaf. He has hearing aids, but he never puts batteries in them, because then they squeal and people get annoyed. Namely my sister, who screams at him all the time. But I mean, then obviously he doesn't need hearing aids for my sister, because she's always screaming. He's so pissed that when we get off the boat, and like you have to walk through customs, he runs through customs. I'm not talking about like he's just speed walking and he misses the thing. No, he runs right through. And so they subject him to, you know, a suspicious person search, and he's fucking pissed because he couldn't hear them saying, "Hey, hey, hey, hey," while he was running through customs. So he's pissed now because he had to pay. He's so pissed he had to pay the bill that he ran through customs, and he can't understand why they stopped him for a suspicious person search. My dad is still mad to this day that he had to pay the medical bills on the boat. To this day. So yeah, if you ever get sick, don't come to my family for help. They're not very helpful.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I'm still trying to get used to this whole, planning a video out, scripting it, getting it done, editing it so it fits into a certain time frame. But while I figure that out, why don't you guys have a look at the previous video in this series and also at the playlist? You can see them all. Thanks for tuning in. There's more to come. Bye.